Madness, and it must be love. Felixstowe Radio Breakfast, a very good morning to you. Isn't that song absolutely beautiful, Tommy?
No word of a lie, I do love that song, and
There you
if you can pardon the pun on that.
Well, we can. I've excused quite a lot of puns this week, but not just from you, it's fine. Okay, so it's the movie review segment of the show today.
Yep.
And today, Tommy, what will we be reviewing today?
Today I am reviewing Bohemian Rhapsody without a human Tommy.
It's a bit awkward then, isn't it?
Yeah, I have to talk in a robot voice for the whole.
Okay, allow me to help. What are we reviewing today?
Oh, you're talking to me now?
Well, yeah.
Well, for this week, Dan, I've gone, because to stick with Jukebox June, as that's our theme for this month, I've gone for Bohemian Rhapsody, which is the 2018 Freddie Mercury biopic.
Okay, so tell us about this film then, because obviously it's a Queen movie about Queen. The soundtrack is obviously on point.
So incredible.
So let's talk about the film, because I still haven't actually seen this one, and it's on my list. This is definitely right up my street. What have we got to look forward to in Bohemian Rhapsody?
Well, I am a fan of the music that Queen have delivered to the public throughout the 70s and the 80s, and Freddie Mercury is a very one-of-a-kind performer who would be near impossible to portray on screen. Does this film earn the respect for a band that started over 40 years ago? The answer is yes, for me anyway. The thing people complain about the most for the film, it tends to be the lack of reflection on how events actually played out in real life, such as the band making songs at certain years in time, or when Freddie Mercury became diagnosed with AIDS, which sadly ultimately claimed his life. But the way I see it, most biofilms tend to take what they can from reality and mould a plot of their own around it. Plus, Brian May and Roger Taylor worked on the film themselves, so if the inaccuracies meet their approval, then they should meet everyone else's as well. This film did well to turn out as good as it did, considering the behind-the-scenes drama that occurred. What with director Bryan Singer, director of X-Men, X-Men 2 and X-Men Days of Future Past, being difficult to work with and abandoning the project 70% into filming.
Oh, okay.
So
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it didn't have a great production. And then director Dexter Fletcher, known for directing Eddie the Eagle and Rocketman, stepped in to finish the filming, which you don't really notice, so it was good that the film held together a unity of style through and through. You don't suddenly just realise, oh, so that's a new director just taking up the mantle. It all feels and flows like one film. You know?
I have never ever heard of anything like this happening before, ever, in movies. It probably does happen, but this is the first time I've ever heard of it.
Yeah, it does happen. I mean,
insane.
Yeah, it's happened with there was a Star Wars movie that came out recently called Solo, a Star Wars story.
Yeah.
And that had two different directors, where one director fell out with the studio and then they brought another director in to finish it, and yeah, it was it felt like a mess as a result.
Falling out with directors is a specialty of mine, but
course.
Carry on.
Of course, rolling on. Rami Malek was the perfect choice to play Mercury, as he resembles him a great deal, with or without the makeup, and really went the extra mile with the accent, instrument tutorials and dancing movements. He deserved the Oscar for Best Actor without question for his portrayal. The other members of the cast do their best too, namely the actors that portray Brian May, an identical portrayal of the real-life rock legend, and the actress who portrays Mary Austin, a romance with Rami's Mercury fueled by their real-life romance that delivers good chemistry for the screen. So the actual actress that played Freddie Mercury's girlfriend was actually going out with the actor who was portraying Freddie Mercury, so their chemistry felt very natural in the film.
That's very good, actually.
So to close, this film is a lot of fun to watch, as Freddie Mercury was quite the recluse and very shy in interviews, so it was very interesting to find out more about him and the band throughout the film. And the third act delivers a faithful move-to-move recreation of the best rock performance ever done, which I don't know if you've heard of Live Aid 1985.
Yes.
Queen did a performance in that in front of basically the whole world, and they just absolutely stole the show. And this was a show that was being done for a huge charity event, so there were bands like Phil Collins and The Who and Elton John there, and David Bowie and all that, but ultimately Queen just completely stole the show. And you can actually watch it. It's like a 20-minute.
That actually sounds like a really good show.
It's that you can see it all on YouTube. It's like a 20-minute segment of it, and you just watch them absolutely steal the show. And they do a fantastic performance of songs such as "Hammer to Fall" and "Bohemian Rhapsody," the song, and "We Are the Champions" and Radio Gaga as well. Yeah, they do some really good ones in that. But yeah, I love this film. I thought it was a really, really good when I saw it when it came out in 2018. As far as I'm aware, I believe it's a 12A.
Okay.
But yeah, ultimately, I will reward this film 3.5 stars out of 5.
Nice.
Very
Nice little
standard.
rating there.
Yeah,
Very
yeah.
standard.
Yeah.
Well, Tommy, that sounds like a good film. But by the sounds of it, obviously director switch in the middle. Do you think if that director switch wouldn't have happened, do you think you would have given it a higher rating? Do you think the film would have turned out differently?
Well, I don't know, because I've seen the work of both directors. Is that your food?
Yeah, no. Yeah, no. Sorry, it's just people ringing me during the show. Ignore it. It's fine.
That's just your takeaway food arriving, isn't it? At this time in the morning.
Well, yeah, the bacon rolls, they do deliver them. Moving on from that.
No. I've seen the work of both directors, and I think they're both very, very competent directors. I've seen a lot of their work, and I've enjoyed both. But I guess this is one of the rare situations where two very different directors have directed a film, and it's just come out feeling very unified in its result.
That's actually quite a good result. I'm sure they don't always have that feel when they come out. So.
No, definitely not.
Well, Tommy, thank you very much for that. I'm sure we'll catch you next week and not the Robot Tommy. But we do need to ask, Robot Tommy, what was your opinion on this film?
I'm a robot, but I do like Queen.
Okay.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Wait, what am I talking about? That was me.
Well, Tommy, stick around for the 7:30 Brain Hurty. And thank you to Robot Tommy as well for being there. Can't really go anywhere, it's a robot. But yes, we'll be back in just a second. And just after this break, Tommy, a bit of Queen. We are the champions. Got to be done for you Friday morning.
Yes, bring it on.